Hey there, Joe Casabona here from Podcast Liftoff. And one of the best ways that you can grow your podcast is by getting in front of other people's audiences. And there are lots of ways to do that. I outline how to, in one way, on a recent episode of my podcast, Make Money Podcasting. But another way is a resource called Haro, or Help a Reporter Out. It's a thrice daily email where reporters put in requests for experts to give quotes for their article or provide insight, or sometimes guest on their podcast. And so a friend of mine asked me recently how I sift through the dozens of requests that come in with every email in Haro. And I use something called Zapier. So I recorded a video for him and sent it over, and I thought it would be good to release on this channel. So without further ado, here is my process for automatically filtering the Haro emails to show me only the ones that are relevant to me through the magic of Zapier. So the first thing I do is connect my Gmail account to Zapier. If you're uncomfortable doing that, you could use a different email address or like set up like a separate like Haro only email address. And then I have these step details where I look for only emails in sent and from Haro, and then including the words podcast or podcasting or podcaster. So this is a search string inside of Gmail. And if we click Edit Zap, you can kind of see how I set this up. So choose action, new email matching search is the event. And then the trigger is just a search. And you can test this in Gmail to make sure it all works. But you can add as many keywords here as you want. Brands or brand deals, creator, whatever. And then you test the trigger by retrieving I don't know if you know how Zapier works, but you test the trigger. And then I have a text formatter here. Because you probably don't need this step. Maybe you do. I'm logged into multiple Gmail addresses usually. But like Zapier is logging in. So its user ID is 0 and my user ID for this email address is usually 1. So I just replace the 0 with 1 here in this string. And then I add anything that is found to a spreadsheet in Google Sheets. And then if we go to Google Sheets, I have a sheet called Haro Potentials that has the request. So I guess maybe let's look at version history so you could see what it looks like filled out. So it's the addition of Haro and then a link to the email. And then I just open that email, search for the term podcast and look for those requests. So, that is how I am sifting through, that's how I'm sifting through all of the Haro emails. I'm really not. And then like once every couple of days, cause usually you have a couple of days deadline. I go through that spreadsheet and search for the terms and then check out, if anything's actually worth responding to. So the only emails I look through are the ones where I know it has the keywords I want. So I'll copy this and I'll send this along, but that's how I do it. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out and let me know.